Hey, how's it going? It is Jenny with Unfiltered. Jenny, we are going to get into July planning. So here's the deal. You're going to get two videos. Of course, one is how I use this for the big, wide overview of life, of family, of many July birthdays in our family. Business with Be Tactile and the Tactile Treasure Program for the blind, and all the other things I do that I just love to share because I love to share what I love and what is working and what isn't working. So we're going to get into it. And I hope you had a great July. Today is July 31st when I am filming this. And I meant to do this earlier in the week. And that is exactly how July has been working out. So without further ado, we have in the month of July, from the 5th of July to the 10th or the 11th, we have a birthday every single day besides one day. So that's like, no, maybe 2 days. I think there's like literally 5 birthdays in the first week of July. And then the last week of July, we have from like the 23rd to the 30th of July, we also have 3 birthdays. And then in August, we start August off with my birthday. So lots of birthdays. I thought I did a great job this year. And I've got a quarterly huge calendar in my office. And then I literally have month by month by month broken down. So I have 2 sets of calendars. One's a 3-month, and then one is like a set of 12-month calendars, a set of 12 calendars on another wall that I literally am facing. And I thought I did such a good job. I put like family activities, birthdays coming up, and they're all color coded because that's what works for me. And yet, at the beginning of July, I was like, we're actually together celebrating birthdays on the 4th with my personal family. And I was like, I forgot birthday cards. I make cards for a living. That's part of Be Tactile. That's been part of my business world for 5 years now. And the card maker, forgot birthday cards. So that week I frantically shifted stuff around, had to make cards. It took more effort, my health ebb and flows. And I was like, this is exhausting, but I love these. They turn out beautifully. I may have to drop them and show them to you here at some point, but nonetheless, we are going to get into how I used my Scout Laurel Denise planner. If you have any questions, let me know. Drop a comment. And then I do have a little discount on a planner if you're interested in some of their stuff. So we're going to get into it. I'll see you soon. If you follow me for business content, this side of my planner is a side that you've probably never seen. Now, to be completely transparent, this is what I came up with for the month of July. So I got this planner in June. It's the 2026 Academic Laurel Denise Scout Planner. So if you're not familiar, or if you're brand new to Unfiltered Jenny, I, for about last year plus, have been making my own planner because I just hadn't really been finding something that was working for me. And then that planner layout stopped working for me also, that I had built myself. And then I was just printing off monthly and weekly pages. And so I came back to Laurel Denise. I've always loved Laurel Denise because of the monthly view with my daily and weekly view. So sometimes so this is the part that I use for content planning as a business owner. I wear several different hats as a business owner also. So this was the first month of using this planner for content planning in addition to the July spread. I will link that July video if you're interested in how I use the July portion for my big overview of everything going on in life. So content planning, I've done this for a couple years for my own business for Be Tactile, which serves the blind community. And then I recently, back in May, became an influencer for Pharmacy. Pharmacy are clean skincare, makeup, and nutrition products under the European Union standards. If you're not familiar with that and you are trying to clean up what you're using in life, I would consider looking into that. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out and let me know. So what I decided to do, I was trying to keep track for my own interest of when we have specials going on for pharmacy, to track how that works throughout the year, things to keep in mind, when to try to get the best deal on stuff. I don't have it down to a science, and they're their own business, so they get to change stuff and do what they want that makes the most sense for them. I am understanding and learning that we run quite a few deals throughout every single month, but it's just good for me to also keep track of when those end, for when someone reaches out and says, hey, I want to get that deal, and I can say, well, it ended, they're contacting me on the 18th, and the deal that they wanted that started on the 10th ended on the whichever day it ended on. So it's just helpful for me. And then I also want to keep track of where those join specials are for someone that's interested in becoming a influencer, to receive the 50% off all of their products and be able to share it with whoever and get 50% commission, because your commission plan is awesome. So if you have any questions about that, please reach out. Let me know. Happy to have a conversation and see if that is a good fit for you. So I decided with becoming an affiliate also for Laurel Denise, which I'm so grateful for, that I needed to be able to keep track of content that I'm creating for that. I also love Unfiltered Jenny is also about sharing products that I just really love, or things that I thought I would like and maybe they didn't work out, and sharing why those things didn't work out with you. So lots of content that I now need to just kind of keep in mind, of some different stuff also going on throughout each month now as a content planner, in addition to being a business owner. And one of the things I wanted to keep in mind, especially for this brand, are my brand pillars, the connection posts and stories, value posts and stories, products, and different things that are important within building up Unfiltered Jenny right now. So I was planning on using the tracker in this part of the planner to keep track of when I did all of that. I also do coffee with Jenny every morning on a couple different platforms. So if you're interested in that, let me know. Which I don't even have down here, but I do that every single day, and I've done that since I started towards the middle of May. So down here, I'm also keeping to kind of keep in mind, that goes along with this whole tracker area, is passion and value, one thing you're good at, one thing you love to share, in one season you're currently in. So I've listed those out here just to keep in mind, like a big picture view of when I'm kind of stumped on something, if I don't have anything set up for that day, just some things that I can flip to and feel less overwhelmed with. And then over here, so this month view doesn't lay out with this planner because it's for a different month, but that's okay. I love to be able to use everything that I'm paying for. So that is why I decided to lay out my planner this way. So under the month view, I have brand purposes. Currently for Unfiltered Jenny is to serve, to invite, to connect, to impact. And then down here, I can't remember why this is separated. Oh, it's to remember that I want to educate, to inspire, and to entertain throughout the month. And then we've got this bookmark here. I'm deciding, some people cut theirs to be able to use it more so like this, to be able to open up to their daily pages. So I'm considering doing that. Oh, the other thing that I thought would be good, as I was trying to separate with pharmacy, when we have a deal versus when there's a joint special. So I'm using the scalloped part of my ruler, or my bookmark, I guess you would say, for the planner, to keep those separated just a little bit, because I've got all my pharmacy under this fun corally pink color. And then over here, I have impact to share, experience through pillars and content. And I will be honest, As the month went on, I didn't do as good about coming back to these and remembering to plan content or share these within stories on social media. So, again, this is the first month I've done this. I'm also still trying to figure out what works best. I did washi tape that follows what I did washi tape for the month of July. Just that way I can keep track of where's my content portion that matches up with my current month. So back to my experiences to share with audience, I also have them color coded in how I have my color coding in the month of July up here because that's really important for me. And then I just have down here share little pieces of the whole story to help with engagement and just creating that connection for people that don't know me. And then I wasn't sure how to, the other thing you probably can't see, but when I started to lay this out, I literally started to very carefully, very small, with just my pharmacy pen write in every single thing each day that I wanted to touch on, with each of those different layers. And it was too much. It was overwhelming. And so, because it was like line by line by line by line. So like everything was like smushed in here, and my brain with what I've overcome was just not doing well with that. So that's why originally you see these daily, weekly views empty. But there's more. So here I started to utilize what had been in the whole month overview with what I was actually going to post daily. The other thing is, as things start to ramp up in the fall with Laurel Denise, I need to be able to keep track for me what needs to be posted on a month-to-month view as new stuff is coming out. So there's your little spoiler without telling you when it's actually happening. So if you're interested, let me know, and I will, when I can, share more fun. And oh my gosh, this upcoming launch that's coming out is super exciting. As always, as you would think I probably say. Then I also made this note for the beginning of the week of the 6th. Choose what to post from in your categories, referring to this portion and this portion back here. We'll get to this later. Don't worry. I know you're on the edge of your seat wanting to know. So then I posted make a get ready with me skincare makeup for a post, try out products, because there's some brand new products I got. We finally got to that the last week of July, so that's exciting. And then, I also made a note that there's days I just didn't get to what I needed to. So I had some ideas for what I wanted to film, and then I made a note, didn't post, will post today, which means I made that note actually, I think on Wednesday, because something fun on the personal side of my planner is I'm a birth mom, and a really awesome opportunity came up for my birth son, who's a teenager, to be able to stay with us. We all live in the same area, but it's just God has really showed out in the month of July in the midst of me not feeling well. And my allergies were actually bothering me this whole week that he was with us only one night, but I just felt really bad but grateful all at the same time, because my husband and him and I also really got to all connect. So that was so cool. And then I made a note here at the end of the week of coffee with Jenny. I didn't really do a lot this whole week because my throat was bothering me for whatever reason, whatever allergy was trying to attack my spirit. And then so I also made a note to make pot roast. I feel like, oh no, this is the week my allergies started bothering me. And then we had Youngin with us. We had him with us on Friday. And then it happened to turn out to have him on the 13th, which was awesome for the sleepover. So anyways, so then I started to make a list of things I wanted to get done this week, starting to use some sticky notes, figuring out how they work in my planner. I do really love that the Laurel Denise sticky notes actually match the size of your planner. So these medium size rectangles actually fit in the monthly view boxes. They of course fit in your daily. The larger sticky notes also fit in your daily, as do these larger ones. You could use your larger sticky notes down here. I actually was using this to plan out. I'd had some content I'd created, but I hadn't posted it. And then my brain got overwhelmed about when to post it. So there's a photo I took that I can share of where I'd like laid everything out on sticky notes for this last week. And then I started to just put pen to paper basically of where to take those videos and to post them. And then I need to plan some stuff out for August because it was like, oh, next week is the last week of July. Of course, this is last weekend. And so then I started plugging things in to move to August instead of in July. So these are phenomenal. Each planner has a set of sticky notes that fit into the boxes that correlate with that planner. So, and I love this folio that they come in. It's gorgeous. It's really structured. It doesn't fall apart. I love it. So if you have a question about sticky notes, let me know for your Laurel Denise planner. So I just have some stuff planned out. And then I also made a note about through the 14th where we had a special for pharmacy that I wanted to make sure I made a note of when I did coffee with Jenny. So I have this video that I'd had probably recorded an unboxing of this planner since the middle of June when I got this planner. And I hadn't been able to do an unboxing. We're literally on the way up to the ICU to visit family that was in the hospital that was just starting to wake up. But I wanted to be able to put my planner together and be able to start using it because I just knew that I've been through this before where things just take some time, and I wanted to put this to use. I knew things were going to get a little hectic and a little busy, and July definitely was, but I'm so grateful where how the family's doing. That has been through a heck of the last couple months. So, and then I just made some notes of what I wanted to do this week, and then pharmacy planning stuff down here. And then went to post those birthday videos that I did of the cards that I was making for our July birthdays. That actually got moved around a little bit, which is kind of funny. And then I've got more of this different specials we had going on for pharmacy. And then LDL content Saturday and Wednesdays. And then this is where those sticky notes that I'd set up in here that I was referring to, that went to our daily view here. There was a fun one I did of unboxing my makeup with pharmacy and putting it in my makeup cabinet. I hope you enjoyed that. If you would like that, let me know. And then this is where I took all the things I want to share specifically for pharmacy and how to just really step into that brand and that content that I want to share. And so you'll see more of that throughout the time now. So I hope you enjoyed this. I need to set up August for being a content planner and for all things business. So we're going to get to that here soon. But I hope you enjoyed this. If you have any questions, I'm so happy to answer them for you. And I hope you enjoyed this. So again, just remember that even we can make all the plans we want, and sometimes stuff just doesn't happen the way we want it to, especially if you look at the first part of July, even as a content creator.